Alright, I'm gonna start off by saying Rex is not bad, you're just bad. Deal with it. Alright, that's the intro. Anyway, no, I'm pretty much gonna be teaching you guys how to use Rex efficiently and how to pretty much defend yourself properly when it comes to using Rex. Because whenever I hear about people criticizing Rex, it's not usually just criticizing Rex in general. Well, people do criticize Rex as well, saying it's not a good playable, it's ugly looking, which in general, yes, the model has nothing to do with this, but the model could use some tweaks mostly with the face. But anyway, besides that point, yes, Rex is not a bad creature. It's just honestly based on the player on how they use it. So I'm pretty much going to give you the deep dive guide on how Rex is, how its abilities are, how good they could be, which ones you should use, and I'm also going to teach you how to properly defend yourself. I am on a deathmatch, so I am away from pretty much the fighting ground, which is more that way. So I'll be able to show you guys once I get into a fight how I defend myself with Rex, because usually, again, Rex will usually get targeted quite a bit. Pretty much, you can say the same thing about all Apexes, but pretty much, I'm going to show you on the screen its base stats, so you kind of get an idea of where it sits at. So yeah, kind of get an idea of what it does, what its health is, what its combat weight sits at, and what its abilities are, and what its base bite damage will also deal. So Rex already deals 80 damage with its bite, which is very, very strong. And it's not a very long cooldown either. It's only about 1.5 seconds, the same as Dasp, except you're dealing way more damage, especially due to your combat weight. Anyway, in terms of the abilities you would want to have, and in terms of the subspecies is all personal preference. It's pretty much just whatever. I'd say attack damage is probably the weakest one though. But I would say bone break could be good if you're using the fast bone break ability, or because honestly it's pretty much between just these two, honestly. But I use this one because I think the model just looks a little better with the head. Anyway, in terms of the abilities you would have, when it comes to using these abilities, it all just depends on what you're going to be fighting. So facetank is really good to use when dealing with things like Eotrikes. You're pretty much a full-on Apex hunter at that point. Bone Snap is good, but also can be baited out and predicted, so that is something to watch out for. Crushing Bite can get baited out as well, but sometimes if you just don't use it at all, and you're pretty much fighting your opponents, you could use it pretty often. And especially if you have the Bone Break subspecies, it increases it just a little bit, the time. Of course, for your senses, you don't have anything else besides Lone Hunter. Metabolism, there's really no reason to go in Scavenger, because especially with the water drain, I wouldn't suggest it for such a slow moving creature. When it comes to its hide, some people do run lightweight skills, but the turn speed decrease is not really worth it. So in my personal opinion, I like to use slick scales to deal with raptors and to deal especially with the kilos. Resilient scales is not bad either, but honestly you're going to be dealing more with people who will try to pounce you, because again, people love to just target Rexes for that reason. So yeah, slick scales would be good. In terms of your legs, honestly, there's no point in having strong legs. Just go with Stomp. It's literally so important. And as for your tail attack, I do see people running Balance, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably one of the stupidest abilities you could be running. As nice as it is to have increased turning, it is not worth it. It is so not worth it for Rex. For some creatures, it's worth it. For some, it isn't. And Rex is one of them that it really isn't meant to have that, honestly. In terms of your vocal ability, again, Tyrant Roar is only able to be used in a group, so you can't really use Tyrant's Roar, but Deep Rumble would be your best ability to use when it comes to especially fighting Apexes as well. So this is my personal build, what I would use. I would trade it here and there for pretty much facetank if I'm dealing with an Apex, but normally I would just stick with that. So I'm going to pretty much show you what the proper things to do when it comes to actually fighting with Rex. So pretty much, first things first, turn radius. Now, you may think it's not the best, and people can easily just, somebody's still able to stay on my sides, and I can't catch up with them. Simple, break check them. So if someone's staying and going on the other side, break check them, and you'll get that bite in there. Trust me, it works. Not only that, if someone's riding your legs and you can't break check them at all, again, get them away by stomping. Your stomp does a lot of damage and has a huge AoE. It is so worth using. And please, for the love of goodness, again, people, use your tail attacks. The tail attack is one of your most important things for Rex. There's too many videos I've seen of people not even being able to defend themselves. Even with doing this little trick, it's not working. And even with stomping, again, stomps can be easily predicted and stuff like that. So yeah, your Bone Break Bite, for me, when I use it, it's only pretty much as an ability to kind of like, because usually I don't like to touch it until I see there's an opportunity. Because again, if you use it at a pretty bad time, they'll know you have it and they'll be prepared to like stay away from you. But here's a trick as well when you do actually land a Bone Break. So obviously after you land it, you got a 5-second cooldown. After you land that Bone Break Bite, you won't be able to bite. But what you can do to get that even more damage in is Stomp right after. It's a very good and useful move. So I'm gonna go up to some people to fight and see if anyone's gonna try to tail ride me. So I guess I'll see then. There might be a cut in this video right now to see if anyone's even gonna be fighting me, because honestly, death matches don't always go that way. Sometimes if they see a Rex minding their own business, they won't really attack them. So as you can see, I'm in a fight with another Apex, which again, face tank would be great. But again, Rex completely out damages Spinal entirely, and even with him having traction, I'm easily able to just get behind and just break check him like that. You can see I'm not going to let him go. And after you bone break, get that stomp in to get that extra damage. And now he can't pretty much turn right. He can't really turn at me now with his traction, and as you can see at this point, so this Spinal does somewhat know what he's doing, though. I'll give him credit. He's using his claws more effectively, because that's another thing I would want to do. Make a Spinal guide. One rule I will tell you with Rex, again, when dealing with Apexes, is pretty much just simply, again, turn on them, break check them all you can, because things that are trying to tail ride you will not be able to do that if you know how to turn and brake check them. So that's when it comes to dealing with Apexes. So I'm going to go ahead and respawn my guy real quick. So as you can see, Ano's fighting. This is a problem, honestly, for Rex, because you can't really outrun them. The best thing you can do, again, in these types of situations is just honestly tail attack them as much as you can. Even if they miss, it makes them aware that they know. It makes them aware that you know what you're doing. So just like that, tail hit, just like that. So obviously do not try to get too close to them, because again, that AoE is going to be a problem. So just seeing what I'm doing right now, pretty much, again, you got to kind of predict. Just like that, I don't get hit by the AoE. So, and just like that, an Ana will lose interest in fighting a Rex if they see that we're not gonna get baited into just face tanking them nonstop. So that's obviously one thing you can do, is just kind of make them as well give up, which is what some Anos will do, and they will just simply give up. So to get my stand back, and then we can try to fight something that will try to tail ride you. Alright, so we got these guys to fight me, so let's see how this goes. So as you can see, they can see that I know how to turn. And that obviously freaks them out a little bit more. Just like that, this guy already is screwed. So what I'm doing right here is a bad idea. Never switch targets. Obviously, just continuously go for the right target right here. So as you can see, I nearly got him right there because I brake checked him. So when it comes to dealing with two people, you got to know which target is the ones to worry about the most. Obviously, the one with the most HP is one thing to also worry about. But when it comes to them just resting, go for the one that has the lowest health. And he completely missed his charge, as you can see there. I don't honestly know how you missed that, but that's pretty impressive, honestly. So as you see, I'm not going for the bone break. Instead, I'm going for this. Just simply running and forcing them to be on the move again. And they clearly don't really know how the charge properly works, because yeah, they can't technically charge. And just like that, this guy gets another bone break. But he does have his Berserker now activated, and that's one down, and then there's another about to go down. So it's as simple as that when it comes to turning and brake checking people. It's pretty much that simple. So these guys, I did technically start the fight with them, so obviously this is more of a defensive thing though when it comes to fighting people. is of course learning how to use the actual mechanics of how to fight with Rex. So obviously, again, just break checking. Once you get a bone break bite, you won't be able to use your other bites, so after that you just stomp right after, so you get max damage. And again, your deep rumble is to be used mainly when fighting apexes, but of course use it before the fight starts. Like if you see you're being followed, or if you see like someone's kind of eyeing you, that's when you activate it. So like if someone's running at you, activate it while running, so you have that bonus. So the moment you stop, your ability is activated and you can start biting. Because again, once you activate this, as you can see, I cannot bite or move or do anything. I can't attack. Well, I mean, I can move, but I can't attack. So you can see, it's pretty much that simple. So pretty much have that deep rumble pretty much ready to go, predicting that someone's about to attack you. Now, some people could try to bait this out, so that's obviously something to worry about. So like if someone starts following you, and after you activate it, you turn around and they all of a sudden just 180 and turn back around, yeah, that's something to worry about too if they can bait you out of it. So the best way to do it, honestly, is to, yes, activate it though prematurely before you get into any form of fights. So yeah, pretty much other than that, it's pretty simple when it comes to playing Rex. When it comes to especially playing it defensively. When it comes to attacking, honestly, it's pretty much just simply being able to get the ambush off on your target, get in there, get the bone break, because once you get a bone break in, you're already at a major advantage at that point. So honestly, it's a lot of things to obviously keep an eye out for. It's just knowing how to turn in place with Rex, and just knowing how to play defensively, especially because if something you're attacking decides to turn around and fight back and tries to tail ride or leg ride you, your main objective is to simply turn in place, and if they are able to keep up with you and stay away from your head, simply just break check them again. And even crouching can also help connect those attacks with your bites. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I plan on doing a poll to see if you guys would want me to do another guide on another dino, and I will be sure to do that. Again, I'm only doing guides though on vanilla dinos. I will not be doing guides, unfortunately, on modded dinos, because to be fair, there's just a lot of modded dinos. So anyway, hope you guys honestly enjoyed this video, and hopefully this guide was very helpful to you guys. So hopefully I see you guys in the next one, and be sure to vote in the poll to the next dinos I have on the list. Anyway, peace.